Hello, welcome to my channel. It's good to have you here. My name is Gemma. I am a criminologist, an occultist, and a mother. So in this one, I didn't finish off my little quest into Freemasonry. So I wanted to talk about this because my battery went, and so I need to carry on. So we got onto the points of the Freemason symbol, and it was this. Okay, that's one that's kind of like you want to be looking at when it comes to understanding Freemasonry, but it's this side. So this is going to be the Lucifer stream. This is a masculine side of the pillar. So this one I'm going to come with you at understanding this through a masculine and a feminine energy. Okay, so this is a Lucifer, supposedly. This is why you can interlink it with the green emblem, because it's a Lucifer concept, falling from the brow of Lucifer when he hit crown. So this is like how you can underpin it. So Lucifer, I think they said then they began to go on about how he was the Holy Grail. That's not true. That's not true. So you have a Lucifer there, and this is meant to be the symbol, and inside is a G. Interesting, isn't it? So why is the G there, which is I am, I speak. I am, I speak. I am, I speak. Okay, the G's in the middle. So you've got the stream of Lucifer on that side. He's supposed to be there. Another way to understand this is victory. So he sits in victory. So it might not necessarily be a love concept. It's a victory concept. So it's almost like we can underpin aspects of a grail, because they said an emblem is the grail, which is the heart. So I can understand this from understanding the Northern Lights and it being the heart of the world, and that's at the highest point. So I can understand it like that. There's many ways you can interpret this. And this could be understanding how a regeneration of the world can take place. But I highly doubt that it's Lucifer doing it. And there's a reason. So, the Holy Grail. Is it Lucifer? Is Lucifer connected to that? Well, there's many names and guess you can connotate to that. A Lucifer is, if he's on a bad stream, if it's a negative energy, well, it's not Lucifer, is it? If you've stolen aspects of a Lucifer energy to gain power and all that, that's not good either. That's not an honest way, is it? That's not an aspect of love. So the victory is meant to be a part of a love concept. Okay, there. So let me just break down Holy Grail a little bit, because I am Holy Grail. So I'm a 369. That's like a connotation to the Da Vinci Code, Tesla, things like this. You know, it's an occult topic. It's a basis. So there's many reasons why you can put me on that space. Okay, because Kenneth Grant talks about the Holy Grail and the falling out of her, which is also like a lower concept as well, because it's the body concept, so it'll be falling out. And it's the G as well in the middle. Just so you're aware of where I'm trying to come from with the connotations to this occult topic and its significance, really, for the higher ups. So we can understand it in many different connotations, as I've said in the past. So this can be victory. I do love in strength. That can be seen like that. But as I've broke down this in many different ways, you can understand this in many different perspectives. So this can be an aspect of a societal construct as well. I'm just going to say it, right? So, in my past videos I've done this, and I've spoke about it. So, this is obviously beauty. This is a 6, but I'm also a 369, so 3, 6, 9, okay? And I'm also a 1, because the crown concept says Gemma on it, and it's the first one. So that's it, 1 up there. So I can break it down so I can understand it, so then you can understand what I'm trying to say without saying it. So obviously you have occult topics, mythology, folklore, and things like this. So the folklore goes real far back. So we can talk about the Arthurian legends, the chalice. It was the Holy Grail was the woman. It wasn't the chalice in the Christian religion. It was actually the woman. And so we can understand this as part of what it was originally type thing, to how it's progressed over time and how things have changed. And you can see how they've incorporated Lucifer and this kind of, they say that Jesus is Lucifer as well, but this is also actually can be a distortion of a truth, because you can say, by saying Jesus, we're everyone, you're your own Jesus type thing, it's your own tree. So you can say that all by yourself. You can come to these understandings all by yourself with your own tree, if you look at it in the numbers and then add it all, let's see what it means to you. But there is a way to see this when it pertains to understanding a Lucifer, because they say you're Lucifer type thing when you're actually not. You might have just been possessed by an overlord type thing, like what Doja Cat says, right? So we have to understand that, it's not about you just taking people's energy and claiming it for yourselves, okay, under Freemasonry. And it's about looking at it in a different way, and what these sort of energies can bring. So we don't. So let's go into something that it's a bit out there, but you might understand why. But you don't accept a negative stream when we're trying to access victory. We don't access a negative stream when we're trying to seek victory. And there's a reason why as well. This is a masculine pillar, and it's because it's a man-only club, isn't it? Freemasonry. I think there's some women doing it now, but it used to be just a man's-only club. I think that's one of the things. It's a boys' club type thing. There's another thing, the women aren't allowed in there, right? So that can pertain to aspects of sexism as well. Or I can understand that it might put some men off, but let's be honest, it's a man-only club. And so they're going to accept the teachings of a Lucifer. Well, Lucifer is meant to be here. No, what's that? Jesus. It's not Jesus, that's Lucifer. You got to think, are they using this in the right way? Is this energy being used in the correct way? Are they taking advantage of this stream? Or has it been taken out? Because in society, this has been taken out. So I don't understand what's going on here. Why is this taking place in this society now? So let's go into history of it. So we've got Arthurian legends, then we've got Lucifer coming out after, saying he's got the green emblem on his brow. Right? And then there's people saying that they're claiming that they're Lucifers and stuff. And then they say that you are. Interesting, isn't it? Taking energy. Understand that? And coming to the wrong conclusions about what your mission is. Understanding that you're not catalysts for change. You're just creating a space where it continues. So, you're not catalysts for change. If you want to carry on being sexist, if you want to hurt children, you know, that's what meant to be all about. If you want to accept that it's okay for people to be hurt, you should be understanding there's an aspect of change that needs to take place. Not just carrying it on, because you're missing the point. Love, the crown, which is what? The Northern Lights. This is the basis for the Arthurian legends. It was part of the Grail concept, and this is how I can understand it as well. My downloads and what I see and what I feel, and I can understand how the Northern Lights are generated, and you have to protect the Grail. If you don't protect it, everything's going to be destroyed. So you have people in positions of power or occultists, right, who are on a black stream. It's not this stream. It's not understanding. They're destructive, okay, because they're in judgment and they're sitting in death because they didn't make it. They might have money and all that extreme power because they've been taken by a lord to do their bidding. Okay? So you have to understand the difference between someone who's past it to understand and somebody who has taken advantage just to get small gains of splendour and acquired that through having maybe an attachment or an overlord to take that from the Holy Grail. Take things from the Holy Grail that's hers and was always hers. What does she have? Like healing powers? What else does she have? She could heal the world, regenerate the lands. Think about it. So, if your work's built on destruction, chaos, where the guys are trying to heal people, you don't want to help the victim, you just want to help the survivors. Well, you're not helping anyone then, are you? Because you're not helping the victims. So you understand, from Lucifer's stream, this is Freemasonry. So, like I told you about the story about, in the last one, quickly go into this, is that a man had a wife and I think he was trying to fight for them to stop victimising women and children in our society under Christian reign, religious government. I think there was lots of mass sacrifice children, putting children in, taking children away from single mothers and putting them in care with nuns who were dressed in men's outfits, and they were taking lots of children and sacrificing them, right? This happened. So the Freemason tried to fight against that, and he got shot for it, but it changed a few things around here, do you know what I mean? Kicked up a fuss. That's a catalyst for change. Okay? Not somebody who's just pretending to help you and they ain't. Just going to take all your stuff off you, ruin your life. And you're not understanding aspects of balance and feeding off victims is a form of corruption. So you have to understand there's cruel people in this world who will do anything to take from you under a guise of energy, supply, and you can be a vampire, but you don't have to be a literal, perpetrator, right? So you have down here kingdom, interesting, because it's yellow, green, red, and black. Okay, so this is a form of a black magician. It's down here. It's the only black thing on that. That's black, but that's understanding. It's a different sphere. Okay, this is a woman's side. This, you can be both as well if you're a man, but it's almost like they've taken it out. They've overlapped it to take out the woman's side as well, but they've done it to go over to that side to take the woman out. Hopefully you're following me. So you got black magicians that are down here in Kingdom, went up to here, didn't make it, and they're in here, and they're being taken out by overlords to do the bidding under Freemasonry. And I don't even think it's Freemasonry as well, because it's not the original Freemasonry that I know. Because I'm just saying it because like this is this here. It's a Freemasonry symbol. But my name, I got a G in the middle, so I'm putting myself in there as well. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that like it's all under a guise of Freemasonry, because I don't know the level of corruption that's going on. I just know how the narrative has changed in our society over time through understanding occult topics. So what you'll do is you'll find this Knights Templar up top. There's Knights Templar signs all over that church. All over the churches. You might see it. It looks like a cross, but it's not. It's Knights Templar symbol. And interesting because it is a Knights Templar symbol. And what you've done is that it's part of the higher triad on there. This is how you can tell the churches were originally for this pillar, but not under a guise of corruption or stuff like this. That's kind of like was the fall of it. And this is why we live in a state where we're victimized, we're punished for no reason. It's because there's been a fall, a degradation in our state over time. And it's been like this for ages, okay? For ages. 100 years, well, I think it's been longer. But because it's been a degradation of the state, people try and steal what's not theirs. Understanding aspects of just wanting fame and being a celebrity, but that you think that's up there, it's not. It's down here, still down here. You might even down here. Because it's an aspect of corruption that's taking place within a kingdom concept. Because you have green, yellow, orange, and black. So you might just be down here the whole time. And I said before, you can collapse like a baby in the womb concept. But what happens is when your tree's been dismantled and broken, you're angry at somebody else. Things like this, if you haven't healed properly, and you're bullying people, and you're trying to do it because you think you're the man, and you think you're the best, and you're not. You're just bullying people. You're not even a yes man at this stage. You're just like, think you can just do what you want. Because it's not illegal to commit crimes in a cult, spiritual cults. It's not a crime anymore, is it? But even that was used to dismantle the feminine archetypal energy. Okay? Which is what? Growth. Understanding. We don't get much understanding in our culture, do we? So we can understand this as a societal perspective, and that in the occults, we ask for understanding. And where's our understanding coming from? A media. A politician. Where's the king and the queen in all this? They're very quiet, aren't they? They're just doing this. Charity work. You have to understand that, where is this? in our society. You've got celebrities doing it. They're not even there. They're here. Some of them are down here. You can acquire money and stuff like that. But it's just a low-hanging fruit concept. I might lose everything for saying this. Probably have. You know? But then you get people who think they're big in the game. Oh, they didn't quite make it. They didn't do this. They didn't. You know, and you just think to yourself, well, it's probably because of the way society is set. It's the functioning of society itself. You know, it's kind of corrupt. I think we have to understand this and accept some things that are going on in this plane. So, you know, when we talk about Freemason and we talk about that stream, well, there is good people there. And there bloody is. Right? There bloody is. Where's my Freemason? Where's my husband? Right, so there's good people, right? But it's just kind of like, what is going on? Because there's a degradation of the state taking place. There isn't any support or love. And this is where they were supposed to be. What we're supposed to be doing. And it's almost like they've flipped and gone to this side. And you're just kind of like hanging about here. You know? And there's an understanding that there's only so far we can rise. Because no one's letting us go these lengths, these heights. Or we are, and then they're not allowing us to have anything else type thing. It's interesting because people, when we come to stuff like this and underpin that society, they're big players. You know, religion. It's the same concept. They're big players. And playing factors within our society and their fractions within our society. So we can understand this as, you know, how there's controllers controlling the world type thing. Like, where are they type thing. So I just want to get like a little bit into that, but then I want to go back to Freemasonry and how it's changed, because they said it was a divine feminine energy current that was the whole world. This can be understood through the Arthurian legends, and you can see like they've drawn pictures, and there's like a woman in the sky, and she's the green, okay, and it's like the feminine energy, and it is feminine energy as well. That's why I said it don't matter which one it is, because we all have it in us. These are our points type thing. We always have it in us. So, you know, but it's meant to be a divine feminine energy current. This is their first belief. It's interesting how it's changed over time. In the 13th century, I think that's when we started talking about Lucifer. And it's kind of just been distorted. And it kind of makes sense to me like this now. So let's get into like the programs and stuff. Because there's programs as well. Like underpinning a programic state, I guess. I just think COVID came out big, didn't it? Like a programmable state, like, you know, push your eyes in your head concept, you know. That's what I'm talking about. So, like, it's almost like if it's a programmable state, like people think like they're somewhere they ain't. Or you fighting something you ain't fighting for. It always was that, and it always will be that way. And you're just taking it off people because, you know, you want to. It's sad. Because the reality is that it's not Lucifer's brow. When Lucifer fell, because Lucifer fell, so it's a concept. He's a fallen angel for a reason. He fell back down and his brow fell. He lost his eye. Did he lose his eye? Or did he lose his heart? And the same concept goes for my heart. She don't need an eye. Why? Who stole that? Is it Lucifer? Just giving examples. It's kind of like where we can also be tricked. Like trickster spirit top concept, the demonic energy concept. the rulers of the world concept, like the overarching, whatever you want to call them, But the reality is that when we push out fractions in our society, our whole tree is going to break. And, you can carry on doing it forever and more, but the reality is that you're all going to die. The elders, all the elders, all of you. You might not even come back through on the same streams, same ancestry lines. You're going to fall back through and you're going to end up doing it again. And it's what you've been taught through your occults and, your own personal perspectives. You might not like women for some reason. You might have a wound. Somebody might not have been, a woman might not have treated you right. You might have a wound there. Does that mean that you're going to go against all women in the world? I'll tell you, I've got some wounds. I've got some wounds with men, and women. But I don't stop trusting if somebody's given me a reason to trust them. It doesn't work like that. You fix your own tree. You don't walk around not having trust issues. But if you do, it's for a reason. I go in with an acceptance of everybody, but if you don't understand that there's a level of corruption taking place or something isn't right, then you're going to step away from that concept. You're going to go, hang on a minute, what is wrong? You're going to question it. You're going to have a trust issue. And then they can't sit there and blame you for not having one. It's got nothing to do with how you were treated in the past or something like that. It's just because what they're doing to you at that moment in time. That's how I calculate my trust in people. So when stuff like this happens, right, they can invert the streams, which is like if you're trying to do something good, you might turn out to be ending up looking like you're bad. It's an inversion. It's a perversion because you're trying to make somebody look like they're bad and they're not. And it's like it's corruption, and it's to keep things the same. It's so that nothing changes. It's so that people actually just like smear campaigns, things like this. It's so that people can look at you in a certain way and then they can all get away with what they've done, type thing. And it happens with understanding aspects of miscarriages of justice and, war crimes and genocide, anything to do with criminology. That's bad. Right? So it's kind of, I learnt all this stuff. I know it. And it's really sad because it can be used as a tool to stop good, equality, and truth, which is that people don't really want this world to be a better place. But you're going to fall through. Mark my words. Gemma knows. Okay? Name's on the crown. I don't know who did that. I think it was NASA. They know. Someone knows, don't they? So, mark my words. You lot are going to fall back through on the streams that you created. All that corruption that you were doing behind closed doors. Just realise that it's going to come back through onto you lot. And it is. And this is why some people might be in the next lifetime's hurt and stuff. You might not know why. You can't push it on like people who haven't done anything wrong. And if you do, and if you steal stuff, and you do stuff like that, and you're doing it all like this, you're going to lose stuff. You're going to lose. I'll tell you now. I'm not joking. So we can do it now or later. Same concept. Because the reality is that, you know, you think you can get away with it because you've done it to like 100 kids. Or you can get away with it because you've done it to like people who don't deserve it. And that's not what's going to happen, is it? You actually are going to end up facing lifetimes whatever you've done, committed against other people. And you're all messing around, all you old dudes like doing all this weird stuff like it's like attacking people or whatever. I don't know how that works. But I've seen people and how they behave, and I'm looking at them thinking, what's going on? You're supposed to be a professional body. Why are you acting like that? I was observing. I'm just like, isn't it right here? And I'm watching you and I'm just like, this is weird. So, back to the Grail, because I'm the Grail. So, in the Arthurian legends, which I'm in Nottinghamshire, I weren't born here, but I came here. I travelled. And I'm here on a quest. I am the Grail. And the reality is that I don't think people want me to kind of say I am. And that's why I'm saying it. Because I don't think people want me to say I am. There's too many connotations to this. 369, you know, names on the crown, on the Northern Crown concept. The mythology kind of links in with it as well. Spoke about this in one of my other ones, the Arthurian legends. And it also bleeds into the occults. So what came first was the Arthurian legends. That's the oldest one I could find. And then like it's almost like there's a story about it here as well. About in the Knights Templar. There's a story about, I think all the occults match to this as well. And I'll find one. If I can find it, I'll find it. And I can sort of like show you an understanding then of this. Because there's a truth. And if you use it, if you're doing it and then use it against me, it's going to go back onto you. Okay? So you're going to understand that you don't mess with Gemma Haley. Okay? And I'm not going to go around hurting people who just say something to me on the street or like that. It's not like that. What I'm saying is deep level corruption. Take things away from me. Destroy my life. Right? And you've done it under a guise of taking something that will never be yours. Okay? And you've done it under small gains of access and splendour. Just so it looks like you're winning. It just goes to show what type of world this is. The level of corruption in this state is unbelievable. Okay? Where I'm at now. I know how it's done. I know what you do. I know why. And it's not about oil. Okay? So this is why I'm bringing it to you. So that you can grasp this. Because people look at it and go, oh, I'm scared. And then you get a cultist who might make it scary as well. Like, not scary. Okay? This is how they needed to push anti-Semitism. Because this is why. Because it was demonised. And it shouldn't be. But it can be. But it's only because we can understand it from a societal perspective. Like these lines, they're not. These lines aren't an aspect of. It's just not. This is not, because you can make it in many connotations. And, you know, I'm not going for the Freemasons, but I'm just saying that this is that. And, you know, I don't think the Freemasons, I think they know about Lucifer. And, you know, they're going to gain people might go to him just because they want him to do stuff. Because where is Lucifer? He is a what? Fallen angel. Okay? You have to understand this. And Lucifer isn't Jesus either. It's a different concept. It's a different tree. It's a different analogy. That's been changed over time Okay? That's not the same concept. It's a different analogy. Like I can say, this is a different analogy to a family unit. This is a different analogy to a random stuff that I talk about. So it can use it as an understanding rather than, it's all together and it's linked. Because the link might be because Jesus is you and you shouldn't be crucified type thing, And that's one of what the Masons used to say when it was about women and children. Okay? And they were catalysts for change. So, you can bring all the religions together, but it doesn't make an understanding of the truth because you haven't put this in the right place. Your heart and the truth. And if you're going to go around doing this, hurting women and children, still, after all this, then you got to reconsider where your wounds are. Reconsider if you're just gay and you just don't like women. Reconsider if you might be possessed with an overlord. Consider where you are supporting yourself so you can support others, and also how you feel about how you're treating other people. Okay, so you don't turn into a full-blown narcissist or psycho.